First Coast's most accurate forecast from the First Coast News Weather Team, certified by Weather Rate, sponsored by AC Designs.
Good afternoon, folks.
Good
Welcome
afternoon.
in. We got a casual Lou on a Wednesday.
Casual Wednesday. I kept thinking today was Thursday, too.
Yeah.
And I've been, bothering Ross with some of my, we should do this, we should do that. And we've got things that are coming on Thursday that I was thinking we were doing today, and I was so excited. And he's like, dude, check yourself before you wreck yourself. But what we are is, so Casual Day, going to be at the Jumbo Shrimp here coming up.
Exciting.
At 5 o'clock live. I know game doesn't start till 7. But if you're one of those that are super amped up about, getting out there early, maybe go to the gift shop, come by. We'll be in the Protector. We'll hang out and be live. So hence the button-up short sleeve today.
And you got to have something that's a little airy, right?
Got to air it out just a little bit. It's while actually, temps, not too bad.
They're not too bad. It's a little bit muggier than it was yesterday.
Sure.
So
moisture's moving back in, and that's why we've seen some rain. But yep.
Yeah, so not nearly as comfortable. It's still nice out there, especially for late August standards here in Northeast Florida. But
yeah, and we're not flirting with. We're flirting with 90. I know we're at 88. We've been forecasting 89, kind of breaking that 90 degree.
I think we may have hit 90 earlier
today.
Yeah.
So we'll look, but we do have there's a little bit of cloud cover coming in off the beach. We do have a couple of those showers I drove through on my way into work. The babiest of, windshield wipers on twice, and
fairly shallow.
Yep. And so that's kind of what we were thinking with our low rain chances today. We might, get something like this. Now, get it over pretty crowded areas. That one over St. John's, that's right over those the neighborhoods of Longleaf and near Creekside High School, and moving down towards 210, and then of course right over the Outlet Mall in 95 right now. That's a busy exit. So you if you're under it, and you're saying, well, it did rain today, but there's so many of us who, especially west. You get west of Duval. You're
pretty dry,
hard pressed. To see it out there.
Yeah, there was a little pocket of some higher moisture levels, or just precipitable water levels closer to the coast. So that's where we're seeing a few of the isolated showers. But yeah, further west, especially west of 17.
Yep.
Still some pretty dry air out there. Today, now that's going to erode over the next couple of days, but at least for tonight, enjoy it.
Yeah, come say hey to the weather team. I love it. And actually, you got a few First Coast News. Robert will be out there hanging out, Robert Spetta, and then Riley will be hanging out, and I believe I've been told.
Riley who?
Phillips.
Okay.
I apologize.
He just assumed everyone knew who Riley was.
Everybody knows Riley. Come on. Everybody knows Robert, I assume. But let me get it out there. She's apparently thrown out the first pitch.
That's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, when you're told hey, because sometimes you throw out a first pitch. I've done it once before. Had my son do it once before, but you get these notifications generally, since we're right across the street, it'll be a quick call.
Yeah.
Hey, can you come over here and just fill this gap for us real quick? And say, that's if you haven't thrown a baseball in a while. I don't know, Riley's extracurriculars. Maybe she's out there just pumping heat.
Well, I know she plays softball.
She's on the softball team, then she's going to be just fine. But it is I've got to go do this in front of a couple thousand people real fast.
It is different once you go out there. Mm-hmm. You step up to the mound. You realize actually how far that distance is between the mound and home plate.
Yeah.
Can sometimes be a little bit further than you think. And then, of course, you got the grandstand behind you, all those people looking at you.
Yeah.
Now, they might not actually be paying as much attention as you think they are.
Right.
But while you're out there, you think everyone's got their eyes right on you.
There might be 10 or 12 people who might want to roast you a little bit, but other than that.
And you can often tell by how many people clap or cheer after you throw it.
Yeah, that's who is listening.
Because you're expecting this deafening roar sometimes, and more often than not, it's not that.
Encouraging words for Riley. Don't be nervous. And remember, most people are that's the time where most people are getting their beer, getting their hot dog, kind of shuffling to their seat anyway. Those kind of pregame activities are happening. We're about to get a national anthem. So, it's not as much pressure as you think. This isn't, game one of the World Series where, George W. Bush is just piping a fastball down the middle,
Tossing some heat.
Yeah, all the flash bulbs going off. You'll be good. But the Shrimp are on a 3-game skid, I believe. So we need to get back on the winning ways. Maybe Rochester The Red Wings, I believe.
I think so.
I think they're bringing some heat. They might be a pretty good AAA club. But anyway, maybe we get back on the winning way tonight, and I hope you can come out. Just the ISO rain we've got in there, just what we saw. But I think we're going to be just fine.
Yeah, I think
for
we'll
baseball.
We'll be pretty good. You mentioned the dogs. When I pulled into work today, smelled so good out there.
Oh, yeah.
The brats, those ballpark brats or dogs.
It's the best.
Oh my gosh.
And they're starting to fire up the grills a little bit earlier and rolling in.
And the other night it smelled like almost like the Jacksonville Fair.
Yeah.
Like I had that like funnel cake,
Yeah.
like fried food smell,
Sure.
and I had not eaten yet, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just like,
They've got the good, like there are places, you got to pick your spots when you're getting your food. Now, if you just want the standard hot dog, plenty of places to get that, but you want the brat, you got to find, know where you're going, because different offerings, different booths, different places, you're not getting all the same menu at the same thing. I mean, there's
they got barbecue over there at one place, I think?
Yep, they got Mexican. There's like a Mexican joint over there. Of course, there's a place you can find shrimp.
And they have a whole bunch of different food in the Power Alley, don't they?
Yeah, and then Power Alley, I know that. So rookie mistake. Back in the beginning of the season, I was unfamiliar that the Power Alley is a added level of ticket.
Yes.
Okay, so I thought it was just like, oh, let's just walk in here, and I got and the bouncer. I promise you, I did not, and I will not.
Lou walked in like, hey,
I did not do.
I'm Lewis Turner.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah,
I did not. I didn't
name
do it.
dropped. You're like, yeah,
No,
let me in.
I was with my wife and kids, and they would have checked me real fast. They're my wife and kids are the best for my ego. They keep
humble you.
Bring it down a peg. Don't do that. But I did walk right up, and the bouncer was like, and it bounced her. It was just a nice woman in a jumbo shrimp shirt. She's like, actually, this is the Power Alley. It's a little more expensive. I'm like, okay, got it. So anyhow, we won't be going in there this time. Not that, we're not rolling here, but I was like, we got our tickets over here in this corner. So that's where we went. But anyway, there you go. Plenty of food options, good stuff.
Come out and see Lou and Robert tonight.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so morning lows today.
I believe we only got down to 69.
Yeah, but that's still cracking the 60s.
Yes.
And that's a dub.
Yes.
And I'll take that.
It was our coolest morning since June 3rd, so we'll take it.
That's fantastic. And it felt good. I mean, and I know my friends in Valdosta and Waycross and even Brunswick, St. Simon's even, kind of getting in on it. It was still a little bit warmer, of course, because of the ocean influence this morning. But a lot of our, neighbors in Southeast Georgia waking up to pretty pleasant conditions. So no complaints. I'm liking it. And this is so short-lived. I mean, granted, tomorrow morning looks okay with low temperatures, but we're kind of getting right back into a more active pattern.
Yeah, daily chances for rain and storms here over the next couple of days. Tomorrow, I'm thinking primarily isolated, perhaps up to scattered. So we're thinking, 30 to 40% of us do see some rain out there. It's going to be warm, a little breezy, those northeast breeze or northeast winds coming on in offshore. But kind of a similar area to look for rain chances tomorrow, Lou.
Yeah.
Primarily out towards the coast, and then some of our more southern areas, Putnam County, Flagler, Southern Clay, and St. John's, perhaps. You have a little bit higher moisture level down there. Could see, a few more showers, perhaps an isolated rumble of thunder.
Yep.
So not widespread activity tomorrow, and our futurecast is going to show that. There, you see some activity. I will note, the East Coast sea breeze will work its way inland, but the upper level flow, almost the steering flow of some of the storms, is coming much more so out of the west-northwest. So could have some blow back, meaning any storms that push inland, by dinner time may actually work their way back towards I-95 in Jacksonville later on in the evening. So it's just something that, we'll have to watch for tomorrow night.
Yeah, and in compare and contrast today versus tomorrow. So Ross, that map was great because it showed today's rain chances highest along the coast, which we have seen essentially, but still low. You bump them up a tick for the coast, and then you even now starting to include some areas a little bit further west as we are starting to see that moisture begin to pump in. I was talking this morning on GMJ, and I think we did this a little bit in the stream yesterday. Or no, we didn't stream yesterday. So we haven't done this. My brain is fried.
We streamed yesterday.
Did we stream yesterday? What day did we not stream?
We didn't stream on
what day
Monday.
Is it? Monday. Gosh, dude. I promise you, like this just coffee. I swear. I'm talking about Labor Day weekend, places to travel. Like if you want to do the road trip and you want to experience some fall, like that dry air, map kind of illustrating where you'd have the best time. And yeah, we did because we were talking about, finding some elevation in the mountains.
Yes.
Where you could.
So easily forgettable your time spent with me in here on.
It came back to me.
At 4 o'clock.
Came rushing back, I promise. But yeah, so hop in the car, go north. maybe, go up to like Atlanta and then drive another 45 minutes to an hour, get up to like Blue Ridge, Georgia. What a cool town. Nice little lake there.
McKaysville, Tennessee. You ever been there?
No.
Love it. Just across the border from Georgia.
Yeah.
It's almost right where like North Carolina. Is it North Carolina or South Carolina? No, it's in North Carolina at that point, I think.
Yeah.
Georgia and Tennessee
Yes.
meet.
Yes.
Did some great whitewater rafting up there.
There you go.
Love it.
And it's gonna
Beautiful
feel great.
drive up through the mountains.
Yeah. So, but if you have like maybe the Friday and Monday off, you got the 4-day week, and you want to like, let's get in the car, let's go somewhere, and you're not feeling the beach vibes. There you go.
Are you a road tripper, Lou?
I love road tripping.
Really?
Yeah, I've gotten in the. So as you know, I just got back from that Alabama road trip.
Yes.
That we had to do with the whole family in the car. Actually, it was outstanding. Like, it was a long drive. It was 7 hours over towards Birmingham, where we went to a wedding, and we had a blast. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I love getting the kids in the family wagon.
What is the family wagon?
Yeah.
What is the like max distance?
We did it 7 hours.
Okay.
With the family.
Yeah.
Until we got to stop for the night. I think 7 hours is the kind of the extent where everybody's getting a little. Now, we did it to where we were driving kind of at their bedtime, so kids fell asleep. About 8 o'clock. We didn't pull into the place until 10:30 or something. So we wake them up, put them in bed, and stay to sleep. So it actually worked out great. But the drive home that Sunday morning, and where we're hitting Atlanta traffic and things like that, that's when that 7-8 hours begins. We're getting to the end of that, and it's the middle of the day, and nobody's sleepy. It's like, yeah. But that's when. But it was the right. If we were doing like we're going to do the Grand Canyon, like every family, has that on their list of things to do before the kids go to college. Of course, but you're going to have to split that up into a couple of days.
I love the lower third that Toby tossed up here for
Where
us.
in the world is Lou Turner? Where in the world is my mind? What date is my mind?
Is he at ViStar Ballpark? Is he in Birmingham right now?
Correct.
Is he even on planet Earth?
Mentally, where are we?
He might just be in a daydream of his own.
Oh dear.
Who knows?
I'm telling you, coffee's not strong enough.
I do want to say that is so impressive. 7 to 8 hours, like
Yeah, we can do that.
that's too much for me.
But
I will do it if I have to, if we're traveling.
Yeah.
But like if I'm going on a trip, 4 hours is pretty much
so-
it's no longer enjoyable for me after, like, Toby and I have taken a trip down to Miami.
Yeah.
And it's like a 5-hour drive with
That's
stops
about
and
enough.
stuff. And I was like,
that's about enough. But that drive is different. That's built different.
because it's just 95 and straight the whole way.
And but see, before you get to Miami, you're running into Fort Lauderdale, crazy traffic.
Or in West Palm,
And then West Palm, crazy traffic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
not super enjoyable.
And then you got that stretch before you get really into the city of Miami. Oh, dude. And
Well, we were always up by like Miami Gardens
Yeah.
and Hard Rock, so I never really had to go like into the heart of downtown Miami, so to speak.
yeah, and then 95 ends, you get into Coral Gables.
But in contrast to that, Anthony and I, we took a trip up to your stomping grounds in Columbia.
Yeah.
Didn't feel as long of a trip,
Yeah.
at least up. Now, on the way back, of course, Anthony's got that EV. Hopefully he's listening out there.
got 17 stops you got to
Yeah,
make.
we had that 17 stops to plug in the EV. And now, I guess part of that's my fault. I did convince him to buy this brand of EV. So I guess I'm partially to blame
The Chevy
for my,
salesman over here.
Yeah.
Chevy salesman. He'll try to put you in a vehicle if you're not careful, Ross. And that's good stuff. Moving product. Yeah. So the road trip thing. So it depends. Okay. So like the 7-hour thing, we just had to get there. But if it wasn't that, and it's like we're gonna every couple hours, let's stop. Let's
cruising,
stretch our
stop and
legs.
see something.
Let's see something.
Yeah.
Let's grab a bite to eat. I am trying to get out of my eat in the car era. And get more into let's stop and sit down and have a meal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What is it? Another 45 minutes. We can stop at the Cracker Barrel or wherever we're going to be. There's 1,000 of those on the interstate. Just let's sit down and talk for a minute and just be together. And that's good with buddy's trip or family trip. That's one of those things. It hasn't happened yet, but it is one of those things I'm going to put my foot down on here very soon with the family. We're stopping and eating.
But yeah. I like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially that trip in particular, we had to get there, had to get back.
Yeah, if it's a trip like 4 or 5 hours total, but you're stopping every once in a while, and maybe not just to eat, but you're actually like getting out, seeing something, doing something, at least just for a short period of time, breaks it up, makes it go by.
What country music artist said it's the climb?
Miley Cyrus.
That's not country music. Well, yeah, she is. Yeah, it's the climb.
That's not country music.
Is it?
Have you ever seen The Last Song, buddy?
No, I haven't. I'm glad you knew Miley Cyrus, though. That makes me so happy. Just so happy.
And Billy Ray, of course.
Of course. But the road trip is about the journey, not the destination.
Yes.
It's the journey.
The journey.
So, yes, make your stops.
Don't stop believing.
Don't stop. Journey.
Okay.
What else do you have, Ross?
I have no idea. Toby, let's toss them back up. What graphics do we have?
Unbelievable.
Apparently.
Diatribe.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Friday. All right. So
For the road trips.
We talked a little bit about the moisture increasing through the end of the week, end of the weekend. So isolated rain tomorrow, a little bit more scattered on Friday. Going to be a few isolated thunderstorms out there that could be possible. We're going to watch, Lou, to see if that perhaps impacts Friday night football games. We kind of left out last week. Most of the rain and thunderstorms came in during the afternoon hours and were pretty much over by about 6 o'clock. There were a few isolated showers out there.
Yeah.
But I don't think we had any, big delays due to lightning.
Right.
Maybe out in Baker County because there was one isolated storm out there Friday evening. Mm-hmm. But at least for most of, Duval County, Clay, St. John's, Nassau even, most of the storms were over with. And at least based off of this modeling, it's kind of showing that same thing.
Feels similar.
Yeah.
So all the games got in last week. All the games I think are going to get in this week just fine. I was looking up and down high school football across the Southeast last weekend, and there were some places like in Georgia and South Carolina, they just outright canceled a lot of games because there was a lot of rain, a lot of thunderstorms in some of those some communities, and that's a problem. You don't want to see that. You know, sometimes you lose a game off the schedule, or you have to come back. When will they usually make those things? Will they do it on a Sunday, or will they do it midweek? How does that work when you got to fix a rain out?
I think it changes. Sometimes they do it on a Saturday or Sunday. Sometimes they'll do a midweek game or they will sometimes replace the JV game with the varsity game.
Gotcha.
That happened one time back when I was in school.
It just throws off the whole cadence.
But that's tough, especially if you lose the game. That happened to Reigns and the Miami team. You lose that chance for points towards playoff seeding and all of that. So it's all important.
Yep. Rain chances do climb though through the weekend. We do have that weather impact alert for Saturday, Sunday. A lot of energy in the atmosphere, as Russ showing you here, and so we do want you, thinking about those outdoor plans Saturday, Sunday. If it is including the beach, just have your First Coast News app handy. We got interactive radar right there for you, and that way you just be imminently aware of where the showers are. And then we can also send you a text alert if something gets strong, and you can get off the beach or whatever it is that you plan on doing this weekend. If it's a boating weekend or whatever. We got so much college football. I do think this is a weekend. Of course, Labor Day weekend, big. People want to get to the sandbar. Maybe it's early in the day you're doing that, and then getting back to the house for college football. But I know a lot of people are going to be parked at a restaurant or at their house or wherever, indoors anyway. So at least for Saturday, and for me Sunday, because Gamecocks are on Sunday.
Well, and I do think it's not going to be an all-day rain. And you can, if you disagree.
No. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 100%.
I do think there's a chance for rain and or storms pretty much at all points throughout the day.
Yeah.
Based off of what I'm seeing and stuff, it does look like your morning, there might be some rain around in some spots that if you've got that, morning walk that you take every Saturday morning, with your sweetheart, your dog, whatever, if you got morning plans out there, don't be surprised if there are some showers or even a thunderstorm around.
Yep.
Again, it's not going to be an all-day, just steady rain nonstop, that it's a washout. But you're going to have some pockets of dry time and other times where could be a bit of a deluge.
Coming in waves. Yep, coming in waves. And then things, at least at this point, tend to improve if you have Monday off a little bit better, but there still will be the chance out there.
And if you're traveling.
God, things you love to see is having the college football forecast
Let's
back
go.
in the mix. Absolutely. Thunder and Herd have to go to Athens.
We are.
Marshall. Yeah. Good. They made a good film about Marshall.
Great movie. Well, Matthew McConaughey.
God, brought the heat.
The smolder.
Yeah.
Athens, though, probably going to be the best place to be just with regards to the weather as a whole.
Yeah.
There might be a few isolated showers up there in North Georgia there around Athens and Sanford Stadium, but looking mainly dry, mostly sunny. Temperature's going to be in the low 80s. Tallahassee and Gainesville, though, they're going to be doing very similarly with what we have here.
Right.
So I think it'll be interesting, especially the Knowles game against the Tide coming to town.
And the Seminoles go right into the cauldron. You know what I mean? They're not. There's no cupcake, no opportunity.
No LIU coming to town.
No LIU. Gators gotta,
Had to look up what who LIU was. No disrespect to any Long Island University alumni who are watching right now. No disrespect. I apologize. The Sharks. They're coming to town in Gainesville.
Sharks versus a Gator. You know what I mean? You put that in the swimming pool and let's see what happens. Mm-hmm. Put it on the football field. I don't know. We might have ourselves a stomping going down in the swamp. But
DJ Lagway's been injured.
Yeah.
Or
Yep. We'll see if has he been given the green light? Yeah,
he has been given.
Yeah, Porter was saying he's got the green light.
Yeah, so he has the green light. Might pull him earlier than you think they would, just because of the elements out there.
Yep.
Especially if it's a bit of a wet and muddy game out there in the swamp. Perhaps just take him off the field, keep him safe, because they do have the toughest schedule in the SEC and perhaps in the nation, I think.
Yeah,
So,
it's tough, and so you earn it going and getting the Sharks at least for the first one, and then go.
Yeah.
You got to go right into the cauldron.
and we should add Bama, Knowles, right here, baby.
Yeah,
Right here.
ABC 25. Yeah, so
Let's do
you
it.
want to watch it right here. That's awesome stuff.
And we kind of talked about this yesterday. We got a new segment coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Typically it's going to be on Fridays, but since Lou is starting his weekend early, we're going to do it tomorrow. We're going to pick 4 SEC matchups, as many that are going to be on ABC as we can. Highlight some of those. Going to keep going a record. And I do feel like we should have some sort of like a
Some on the line.
Yes.
We have to have stakes. Okay, I'm in
Steaks?
with steaks. You
Oh, okay. I thought you were
the
like
stakes
ribeyes?
are
Okay.
that could be the stakes.
Okay, that's
steaks
right.
or steaks. It's some
I was
loser
trying to think
cooks
of something-
the other ribeyes.
Something like
Let me hear it.
we could probably go way off the rails here.
Sure.
And I was going to try not to,
I want to hear
for
it.
the benefit of everyone.
Listen.
Something simple, and speak up if you folks don't think it's enough. If I win at the end of the year,
Yeah.
buy yourself a Penn State tie.
Okay.
Rock out some Penn State apparel. Maybe
I'd do that for
maybe
you
a Penn,
anyway.
Maybe a Penn State. Oh, see, maybe that's not as good then.
I'd do that for you
Because then I
anyway.
was like, okay, I
All you have
guess.
to do is ask nice, or just bring one from the house.
And I was like, if you win, I would wear.
little game cup.
Yeah, South Carolina tie.
But you're in
little-
Columbia. You bought some cock stuff.
I did, yeah.
Good for you.
Okay, well, what idea do
I
you
don't know.
have?
We have to think about. Hey, listen, if you're
We will
on-
come up with one by tomorrow.
Come up with some steak. We will have steaks tomorrow. Meaning like the
T-bones and ribeyes.
T-bones and ribeye. Maybe that's what it is. The loser has to cook. But yeah, I like it. Tropical update as we get close to wrapping up our stream here. Fernan, a non-issue, and no other tropical impacts expected over the next 7 days. So another thing you love to see as we reach the climatological peak of hurricane season. However, just because we reach the peak will not mean it's over, all right? Like a great majority of our storms form essentially between now until we get towards October. And October storms, as we have seen with Nicole, not out of the realm of possibility either. They had pumpkins from the St. Augustine pumpkin patches floating down, you know what I mean? Because they had put those out already.
Yep.
So we can.
And I think Milton was a early to mid October
Yeah.
storm last year.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Late season. So we can't let our guard down until December 1st, right? So, but in the meantime, we get to take a deep breath through Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, I think the only maybe notable, I'm going to put that in quotation marks, you look for those concentric circles. You always touch on
Yep.
this, Lou. There's going to be a coastal trough that sets up, from us up towards the Carolinas. You can kind of see some elongated circles there, some ovals.
Yes.
We'll perhaps watch for a coastal low
Yep.
by, the early to middle part of next week. That will slide off to the northeast. So perhaps the National Hurricane Center highlights that.
Yep.
They've done that a couple times so far this year already. Other than that, though, yeah, at least for the next 7, perhaps even 10 days, things looking relatively quiet,
Yep.
at least for the time being.
Hostile environment out there for hurricane development at the moment. We got some shear happening, and I'm interested. They putting the tropical hazards out.
It's
and I know it's a
only
weekly
20%
thing.
chance.
I wonder if we see one pop there. The low 20% chance along the coast of the Carolinas.
Yep.
As we get to next week.
Wouldn't be surprised.
So something to think about. All right, time to close it out. There's your 7-day forecast, folks. Weather impact alert for Saturday, Sunday for those above average and most coverage of rain. Most of us will see it at least between Saturday and Sunday. So want your plans outdoors to have backups or at least have the rain gear. For Ross, I'm Lou. We'll see you out of the Jumbo Shrimp. Ross will be with you for